Welcome to Level Up English. This podcast is designed for ESL students who want to improve their listening skills, expand their vocabulary, and engage in real discussions. In today's episode, Healthy Choices, Fact or Fiction, we're breaking down common ideas about diet, exercise, and well-being, and maybe even challenge a few myths along the way. I'm Mark Reynolds, your host, and today we're diving into a topic that affects all of us, making healthier lifestyle choices. Now, we all know that some habits are better than others, but how do we actually stick to them? Are fitness apps helpful or just another notification we ignore? Should there be warnings on unhealthy foods? And is an outdoor gym really better than a traditional one? To help me sort through all this, I've got three amazing guests today. First up, we have Sarah Mitchell, a nutritionist with over 10 years of experience helping people make better food choices. Sarah, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mark. It's great to be here. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this discussion. I mean, we know that things like nutrition labels and warnings on unhealthy food exist, but do people actually pay attention to them?
Good question. We'll get into that for sure. Also joining us is Jake Carter, a fitness coach who's worked with everyone from beginners to pro athletes. Jake, welcome.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having me. I've got to say, I hear so many people talking about getting fit, but actually making a habit of exercise? That's a different story. And don't even get me started on outdoor gyms. I bet most people don't really use them.
Ooh, sounds like we've got some debate coming up. And last but not least, we have Emily Lawson, a health blogger who shares real-life tips on staying healthy in a busy world. Emily, great to have you here.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, I think a lot of us look at healthy lifestyle advice, but actually following it? That's the tricky part. I mean, I missed my morning jog today. Does that make me a bad health blogger?
No judgment here. We're all human, right? Okay, so let's get into it. All right, let's jump in. First topic, fitness apps. Are they actually helpful, or are they just another thing we download and forget about? Sarah, what's your take?
I'd say it depends. I mean, fitness apps track your activity, which can be really useful. But do they actually motivate people? I'm not really sure I'd bet on that one.
I get what you're saying, but I think that kind of thing never works unless you're already motivated. People sign up, log a few workouts, and then, well, life happens.
Yeah, I totally agree. I have like 3 different fitness apps on my phone, and I don't even remember when I last used them. I mean, in my experience, people need something real to keep them going. A workout buddy, a class, even a coach like you, Jake.
Interesting. So you're all kind of saying the same thing. Apps can be useful, but they don't replace real accountability. But what about the reward systems some of them use, like step goals, badges, or those streak reminders? Do those work?
See, that is where I think they get it right. You could look at it another way, as a reward. Some people love seeing their streaks and points build up. It makes exercise feel like a game.
That's a good point. And it's backed by research, too. If people feel like they're earning something, even if it's just a virtual badge, they're more likely to stay on track.
So basically, fitness apps can work, but only if you're the kind of person who's motivated by goals and rewards.
Yeah. But I still think real-world support works better. Like, I had a friend who was obsessed with their fitness app, but the moment they stopped checking it, their workouts disappeared too.
Right, so maybe the takeaway here is if an app works for you, great. But if you're struggling, maybe it's time to try something different, like an actual personal trainer, or at least a friend who won't let you cancel on them.
Exactly. Real people hold you accountable.
All right, up next, we're tackling something a bit more controversial. Should unhealthy foods come with warning labels? Stick around. All right, let's get into it. Warning labels on unhealthy food. We see them on cigarettes, but should we see them on things like fast food and sugary drinks? Some places are already doing it, but would it actually make a difference? Sarah, I feel like you've got strong opinions on this.
Oh, absolutely. It warns you about what's in your food, and I think that's important. People need to know when something is packed with sugar, salt, or unhealthy fats.
I don't know. I mean, do people really care? Like, if you're craving a burger and fries, will a label stop you? I'm not really sure I agree with you on that one, Sarah.
I see both sides. That's an interesting thought, Jake. but I think awareness does help. I mean, look at nutrition labels. A lot of people actually check them now. So maybe warnings would work the same way?
Good point. But here's a question. Should it be a scary warning like, this food increases your risk of heart disease? Or something more subtle like a simple red label?
I'd go for the stronger approach. How did you come to that conclusion that a subtle label would work? People ignore small print, but if you put something like high in saturated fat, limit your intake, and big bold letters, they might think twice.
Yeah, but I still don't think it would change habits. Look at fast food places. They already have calorie counts on the menu, and people still go for the double cheeseburger.
True, but maybe it's about balance. You could look at it another way. Not just warning labels, but also positive messages. Like, instead of just saying, this is bad, what if we also had labels saying, this meal is a good source of protein, or this food supports heart health?
So instead of just scaring people, you also guide them toward better choices?
Exactly.
Okay, that I can get behind. I think if people saw warnings and positive labels together, they'd start making better choices over time.
All right, so it sounds like we've got a mixed verdict. Warnings alone might not work, but if we combine them with positive reinforcement, we might have a better shot at changing habits.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Great discussion. Now, let's switch gears a little. Outdoor gyms, a great idea or just a waste of public space? We'll get into that right after this break. You've seen them in parks, right? Those workout stations with pull-up bars, leg press machines, and sometimes even rowing machines. Some people love them. Others say they're a complete waste of money. So, what do we think? Jake, as a fitness coach, I bet you have strong feelings about this.
Oh, you bet I do. Look, I love the idea of outdoor gyms. Exercise for free? Great. But in my experience, most people don't actually use them. The equipment just sits there, rusting.
I see your point, but I don't completely agree. I think they're great for accessibility. Not everyone can afford a gym membership, and they make it possible for people to exercise without needing expensive equipment.
Yeah, but let's be honest. How many people actually go to the park thinking, ooh, can't wait to hit the outdoor gym? I mean, in my experience, most people just walk past them.
Okay, fair. But let's look at it another way. Could they work if they were designed better? Like, what if cities built them closer to running tracks or playgrounds, so parents could work out while their kids play?
Now that would make more sense. The problem is that these outdoor gyms often feel out of place. Plus, no one likes working out in freezing cold weather or when it's boiling hot. That's why people pay for indoor gyms.
Yeah, but we can't ignore the fact that some people do use them. I have a friend who loves outdoor gyms because they're simple and convenient. No waiting for machines, no memberships. Just show up and get moving.
Okay, I'll give you that. I guess you could look at it another way. If outdoor gyms get even a few people moving who wouldn't otherwise exercise, then maybe they are worth it.
So, final verdict? Outdoor gyms? Great idea that needs better execution or total waste of money?
They need a serious redesign. I'd say that kind of thing never works unless you put them in the right locations.
I think they're valuable. They encourage you to exercise, even if not everyone uses them.
I'm somewhere in the middle. If they were more fun, like had QR codes linking to workout videos or some kind of community challenge, then maybe they'd be more popular.
So maybe the issue isn't outdoor gyms themselves, but how we engage people with them. All right, awesome discussion. Now, for our last topic, healthy eating versus convenience food. Can we actually balance both, or is it all or nothing? Stick around, we'll get into that next. All right, let's talk about something everyone deals with, finding the balance between healthy eating and convenience. We all want to eat healthy, but let's be real. Sometimes grabbing a quick ready meal or a snack from a vending machine is just easier. So, is it actually possible to have both, or do we have to pick a side? Sarah, I bet you've got an opinion on this.
Oh, absolutely. I hear people say all the time, I want to eat healthy, but I just don't have time. And sure, I get it. But the truth is, it provides useful information if you just take a few minutes to plan. A lot of convenience foods have healthy alternatives. You just have to look for them.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When people are hungry and in a rush, they're not thinking about nutrition labels. They just want food now. That's why vending machines and fast food places offer an alternative that's easy.
That's true, but you could look at it another way. What if healthier options were just as convenient as unhealthy ones? Some places are already adding things like protein boxes, salads, or fresh fruit in vending machines.
That's a good point. But do people actually choose those options? Or do they still go for the chips and candy bars?
Well, I think it encourages you to make better choices. If the only options available are unhealthy, people will grab them. But if there is a healthy alternative right there, some people will pick it.
I'm not really sure I agree with you on that one. I think people know what's healthy, but they still go for what tastes better. I mean, put a fresh salad and a cheeseburger side by side. Most people are going to pick the burger.
Yeah, but if the healthier option also tastes good and is easy to grab, that changes things. I had a ready meal the other day that was actually super healthy: grilled chicken, quinoa, and veggies. It tasted great and took 2 minutes to heat up.
Okay, so maybe the real issue isn't convenience, but the perception of healthy food. If people think healthy food is boring or takes too much effort, they'll go for the unhealthy stuff instead.
Exactly. That's why companies need to focus on making healthy food just as appealing as junk food.
All right, I'll admit, that makes sense. If we had more healthy options that were quick, tasty, and easy to find, then yeah, I think more people would go for them.
So, final thoughts. Can we really balance healthy eating with convenience?
Absolutely. It's all about making small, smart choices.
I'll say maybe, but only if we make the healthy options just as easy as the unhealthy ones.
Yeah, I think we can balance both, but it takes a little effort, both from companies and from us as consumers.
All right, great conversation. I think we've covered some really interesting points today. That's all for today's episode of Healthy Choices, Fact or Fiction. Thanks to my amazing guests, Sarah Mitchell, Jake Carter, and Emily Lawson, for such a great discussion. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with a friend. And hey, what do you think? Do fitness apps help? Should we have warnings on junk food? And can we really balance convenience with health? Let us know in the comments or on social media. Until next time, make good choices, or at least try.